Good looking now, G.
Everybody, let me tell you that he made you beautiful. Beautiful. So beautiful. God made you beautiful. Beautiful. Hey there, excuse me, miss. No disrespect, you're very precious. Please tell me what's your name. You're a precious gem and God's to blame.
Welcome to The Hype, a show that focuses on issues that affect young women. This show is an extension of the Philadelphia SIHLE project, which is a healthy lifestyles workshop for Black girls ages 14 to 18. Our workshops focus on healthy relationships, personal communication, gender and ethnic pride, and HIV/STD prevention education. We'll have more info on our workshops at the end of the program. Hi, I'm your host, Jessica, and I'm joined by my fellow facilitators, Courtney, Miriam, and Keisha. Today's topic is Murder, Inc., this hip-hop called Murder and Mayhem. From the deaths of rappers Tupac and Biggie to a recent massacre in Norway, hip-hop has been the central piece of violence acts for 2 decades. And many people wonder, does our violent society influence hip-hop, or does hip-hop influence violent acts in our society? So, ladies, what do you think?
I think hip-hop definitely is an influence on our society. I think our society as a whole isn't violent. I think there's violent acts that you see on the news, and it's everywhere, so you think it's everywhere, but there's good things that happen in society as well. Like, society itself isn't a violent entity. We have those natures and everything that are brought out by things such as hip-hop. And I think hip-hop plays a pivotal role in influencing our young people because it glamorizes things like violence, money, and things like having money, the need to have money, and things like that, things that aren't necessarily a priority, that should be a priority to our youth, and the youth drive the future. Mm-hmm. So if these are the people, these are the influences that they're seeing, of course they're going to act out, and you're going to see that first. So you think it's everywhere. So I think hip-hop plays a pivotal role as an influencer into our society.
I feel like as far as violence is in some hip-hop depending on the type of rapper. Now, you have various types of rap artists. Not everyone's, this is what I do on the corner all day, I sell rocks, da-da-da-da. You're not that type, not everybody raps like that. As far as hip-hop is influence on our society, whether it's culture, whether it's style, whether it's different things like that. However, I don't think hip-hop itself does create the violence that is happening right now. I think the violence now just depends on the situation and what's going on with that person individually. Everyone listens to hip-hop some way, some shape, or form. However, not everyone's out dropping out of school or dealing drugs or things like that. It's like isolated incidences, but I think hip-hop has a positive influence on society in general, with people being aware of these things that are happening, because violence itself, people, if they're not around it, they don't know what's really going on.
Right. I think the argument for that is sometimes hip-hop artists say that they're not the cause of it. They're just letting you know what's going on in their neighborhood or their community. So it's not necessarily them that's causing the violence. They're just showing you what people aren't talking about. Right. So in my opinion, I just feel like sometimes it's just them showing what's going on in their community.
Right. I would have to agree with Courtney, because hip-hop is a culture, and if rappers are talking about what's going on in the neighborhood, then it's not rap influencing how people act, it's how people are acting within the community. So I would have to agree with what Courtney said on that note.
Joining us today is a local female rapper from South Philly. Lee Mazing, welcome to The Hype.
Hello, hi everybody.
All right, Lee, I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions. So, when did you start rapping and why?
When I was younger, I used to write poems and stories, but I just recently started going hard with it, like a year or two ago.
And why?
I used to play around with it a lot with my girlfriends. We used to freestyle, and they always told me, like, you really got it, like you really know how to do it. And I played with it at first, but it's like music to me is a way to express your emotions, your feelings. And once I started doing it, I just fell in love with it, so I continued to do it.
Okay. So going off of that, do you think hip-hop influences violence?
I wouldn't say it influences it. it's like, in my opinion, it's some people who rap about certain things that they went through, or they going through, or they've been through, and it may be violence or selling drugs or something like that, but they just want to tell these stories. So I can't say that it does, but it does. I think it influences the youth a lot nowadays, especially today, with today's society. But I don't think they do it purposely to influence, because most people just want to tell these stories and paint a picture. But it may be violent or condoning a lot of stuff that we don't want the youth to do. But they may look at it like it's okay because this certain icon or this person is saying it, so they think, okay, if he could do it, then I could do it, and they think it's okay.
So, like, when you say, like, they were painting a picture, why do you think some rappers rep acts that they don't do in their neighborhood or lifestyles they never actually live? Like, why do you think some rappers do that?
The same way some people do it, and they really don't live their lifestyle. I guess for attention or to fit in. You witness it a lot around here. There's a lot of artists. There's a lot of talent in Philadelphia, but there's a lot of artists who think, since this person made it rapping about this, then I have to rap about that. And they probably never even went through it. But it's all about, I think it's for attention.
So kind of like for the pursuit of what they think is fame. So they don't necessarily live that, they just want the fame.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Okay. So do you think the pretending is damaging to our youth, like the young listener?
Yes.
Why?
Because some people, when they pretend, the truth will eventually come out. So you got kids who say, well, if he made it and he acts like he did it, then I can do the same thing. So it's all about like what they hear and what they say. So if you do it, they gonna think that they can do it.
So like when you say that the youth will be like, well, he made it, so then I can make it. Would you agree or disagree that rappers or people in entertainment in general, are they like role models? Because some try to say, I'm not a role model, I just do this for the entertainment. What do you personally
Whether
think?
you want to be a role model or not, you're somebody's role model. Because they look up to you. They see you on TV, and they think your life is the glamorous life, so they look up to you. Whether you want them to look up to you or not, they're going to look up to you.
Okay. So as a female rapper, how do you feel about the treatment of women in songs and in the business?
It's kind of harder, especially nowadays, because back then you had MC Lyte, Salt and Pepper, Roxanne Shante, that could just flow. But nowadays it's like a standard. A lot of men won't even listen to a female because they automatically think she don't got it, or I'm not listening to her because she's a girl. And then when they do listen to you, majority of men want to hear you talk about one thing, and that's more than likely is sex. So if you don't talk about that, or you differ, or you don't talk about it as much, a lot of people don't want to hear it. So it's kind of harder for a female.
Do you think that like female rappers or females in the industry are being exploited?
It's up to them. It's what they want to talk about or how they want to expose themselves. I don't knock nobody for what they do, but it's what you feel, what you want to do.
Okay. So do you feel like it's harder for a female rapper to make it? You kind of hinted at it before. So.
It is, but like right now, the industry is like wanting another female or more female rappers because there's not too many that's marketable. But it's harder to pursue it because you're a female and you got a lot of people who look down on you already because you're a female. Just like sports. You go through it with sports, they automatically gonna look down on you. But at the same time, it's kind of easier now because that's what they're looking for. More than males, because there's not too many female rappers or hip-hop artists that's out right now.
So because there's a higher demand for a female rapper, it may be just a little bit easier to get out there and be noticed. Okay. So why should adults respect hip-hop, adults today respect hip-hop?
You should respect all music. It's a way of life. Music make the world go round, in my opinion. All different types of music, but I just feel like if you telling your story, whether it be bad or good, negative, positive, you still telling the story and you telling what you went through. So I feel it's respectable, but we still have to understand that the youth is who look and watch the most. So we got to be careful for what we going to influence them by. But it's very respectable. Music should be respected.
I agree. All right, so Lee Mason, you are a female rapper. I hope you didn't think you were going to leave here without giving us a few bars. So would you mind giving us a freestyle?
Of course.
All right, here's Lee Mason.
You see the hunger in my face, motivation in my heart. They said I'm soon to be the best. Rock said I've been there from the start. I got $1 and a dream, my gas tank on E, but I'ma ride till that car break down on me. I'm too fly for them haters that look down on me. I look up to the sky, them angels that look down on me. I made it through a lot of rain, tears of joy I cried now. No money in my pocket, but success is just a mile now. Middle finger to the ones that said I never be it. Better grab your telescope, cause I'm a star, you'll be the first to see it. Breathe it in while I spit that out. You don't even know what my life been about. Snakes in the grass, had to cut that out. Think back to the days when I felt left out. I want everything, I'm used to having nothing. To you it means nothing, but to me it means everything. My niece want it all, and I'ma buy my baby everything. My mom never had a husband, I'ma buy her wedding ring. Cause when the lowest get the lowest, ain't nobody there but the ones you keep the closest. But the ones you keep the closest be the ones who do the most ish. I think back on my past, I can't reverse it. That's on my head to the sky, and I can't look back. Success in my view, I got my feet on the ground. Motivation in the strive is embezzled in my heart. So don't you even dare try to pull me down.
Oh, thank you, Lee Mason. Thanks for joining us today. I really enjoyed that. That's it for our edition of The Hype today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Good looking now, G. Everybody, let me tell you. Excuse me, miss, no disrespect, you're very precious. Please tell me what's your name. You're a precious gem and God's to blame. No, I'm not trying to spit game, cause it's your soul I'm trying to claim. You probably never heard of this. I love a affair without a kiss. All the diamonds in the world could never amount to your value.